Yo. Big Kish back up in here, man. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. He got a breakdown of how Drake just got exposed for stealing Nokia. Man, but before we get to that, I want to give a special thank you and a special shout out to Karan Nelson. We about to get to that video. Hey, look, we know. We about to get to that video. You know what I'm saying? Oh, jump. I'm missing my hat. Oh, snap. They got. Yeah, we about to get into this video, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for y'all to watch it unfiltered and uninterrupted. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get.
Now, when it comes to Drake, as right now, Nokia is the last thing that Drake has even kind of had going for him, and he is trying to turn this song into the anthem that will save his entire career as we speak. As now this is the only song left from Drake's SSS For You album that is being looked at under a microscope because it's the only thing that didn't just come and go right after it dropped.
And I just got out the shower, so I got time today, cuz.
Diving into the origins of this record and how Drake exactly made one song that has not flopped since his downfall has started. What has now been discovered is that with every single part of this record that is considered even slightly memorable, Drake did not have any part in making this song, and only just stamped his name on the final thing after doing none of the work. And with everything else that has already been going against the guy, this could have never came at a worse time, and it has never made him look like more of a fraud. And now, before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and as what just happened has shown that Drake's biggest song right now didn't even come from him, really be sure to leave that like so hip-hop can once and for all see how much Drake has tried to deceive all of us. And so now with that said, when it comes to Drake, with the controversy surrounding how Nokia was made, everything coming out is really putting into perspective one of the most telling moments about the current state of where Drake's career is at as a whole. Because really what this is showing is that even when Drake is making us all think that he is up with this record, it's all an illusion because it didn't actually come from him, and the only reason he has had any success to his name recently is because another artist had a...
So Sierra Leone, which is the producer and let's just say it, man, he's the songwriter of Nokia. Let's just go and say it. Let's just go and put it out there. So Sierra Leone is in the west coast of Africa. So he's going to Africa getting talent. This is where they got Sampa. I can't remember his name. Sampa. I forgot his name. Samba. Hey, look. This is where, so he's going to go to the motherland and he's getting talent from out of there. He's going to go get the diamonds from out of there. He's going to go get the gold from over there. Yeah, colonizing at his best, y'all.
A decent idea, which he just fully stole. And now what has come out that has just made Drake look worse than ever has been a recent finding with an artist who goes by the name Elkin, who is credited on this song for vocals and production, but nobody would have expected his impact on this song to be this big. Because with a guy who has respect in the industry and who has worked in the background for songs from big names like Metro Boomin and Russ, with this Nokia record, he had the entire thing done in October with just his own voice, and all the catchy parts from the Who Callin' My Phone intro, and also the beat drops and switches, and with the whole roll call of names and samples. And with all of this,
yeah, he's the official, he the one who started the baby girl. He did that. Baby girl. Yeah.
And again, this isn't just the instrumental or a small section that played here, but it's the entire melody and arrangement of the track with all of its memorable parts and all of its vocals, except it's just not Drake's voice and instead his own. While the credits would make you think that Drake was in the studio with this guy and they just made this record by collaborating together, what this video he made shows us where the song is playing well before it was ever released. It's just that Drake didn't do a single thing other than put his name on a good idea. And now while Drake fans and people have been trying to spin this thing as just being a reference.
You see how he worded that? All Drake did was put his name on the good idea. Perfect. That's the perfect wording for that. All Drake do is put his name on good ideas. Dang. I would have never figured out the words for that right there. All Drake do is put his name on good ideas. Oh my Lord. No talent. No talent. Now, I would say this. Drake got work ethic. He has work ethic. He has work ethic. But we all know what fuels that work ethic. wanting to be accepted by the community, that money, that lust, that's what drive his work ethic. So really it ain't work ethic. He just got a lust. He got a lust. He got a demon on him. He got a demon that's driving him. Yeah. All Drake do is put his name on good ideas. Ooh, bars.
Track, from both the way this song was made to the way he has presented it to the people. He is just lying to everyone. And while Drake fans are trying to act like he didn't do anything wrong here,
he takes something and then present it to the people as if it's his. It's not, man. Yo, man.
Because he did credit the artist, and I mean the artist was actually fine with this.
Oh yeah, he credited him.
I know Drake fans and anybody in OVO will never admit this, but doesn't it feel off that the only song that you have popping right now is a track that was made and performed by another guy originally, and then that Drake just put his name on altogether? Because really, for so many reasons, both when you think about how this only shows that Drake's best ability currently is taking other more talented and creative artists' ideas, and also in more perplexing that he still does not have the ability to make catchy pop songs back like many are trying to say that this song was. I mean, overall, while if we were in past eras for Drake where he was seen in a better place and had other things going for him, this really would not be as big of a problem, but with an entire album and era, where all of the other 20 records from this project are next to forgotten already and the only one sticking was made by another guy? I mean, this is just lame and there's no other way to put it, and especially when you consider that this is becoming the anthem for OVO and Drake, not just because it's a catchy song, but because to them it's now representing the return of Drake and how he has never fallen off and how the industry did not ruin his career. I mean, with this entire song just being something that he just stamped his name on and didn't put in the work to actually make it what it is. It's just lying to everyone, and both from the fact that Drake clearly is not going to be able to do something like this again, because even when we think about this song compared to SSS For You, the rest of the album was so boring and dull that this was one of the only tracks that even stood out, and really just from that we should have known that he didn't make it. No matter how you want to look at it, when you understand that this song is not really his, it's just weird, and especially for Drake and everyone around him in this time where they are not just...
Now, it's weird for the people that still glazing him like, yo, this is his, but we keep stuff, yo, how many situations then came out in the past year? You see the whole collages of where he get his songs from. People made whole collages, like 5-10 minute videos of you taking songs. That's wild, bro. That's wild work. This ain't just homage. Oh, he paying homage. He just take a little bar. You know what I mean? Like Dot be doing. He might take a little bar from somebody just to pay homage. Or, you know what I mean? And break out with his song. And then the rest of it is him. Not Drake. If he take a bar, he taking a whole verse. Whole verse. If not the whole song. And then talk about he paying homage. That's not homage. That's stealing.
Trying to celebrate Drake having a major record, but they are trying to use this exact song as the moment that is showing that he has won over Kendrick Lamar, that he is better than him, and that he is the king of hip-hop. Yep. This is just ridiculous, and it's actually an elaborate lie that Drake is really trying to pull off. And what's so funny about everything that Drake does is that with his comeback song, which is performing better than anything else he has done, being something that another artist did and that he just put his name on, while they are doing everything they can to just frame this as a win, now that the origin of how Drake made this song is something that we can all see and understand, once again, and even when he is trying to turn something into a victory, he is showing why he is not like Kendrick, hip-hop, and any other rapper, because this is the most anti-hip-hop thing you could possibly do and think of.
Man, I can't get over how healthy that Owl look versus Drake Owls. Because the Owl got waves, you know what I'm saying?
Kendrick, hip-hop,
well taken care of Owl.
And any other rapper, because this is the most anti-hip-hop thing you could possibly...
Look how healthy that Owl look. Y'all can't even see it for real from where y'all view. Look how healthy that Owl look. That Owl nice and stocky. You know what I'm saying? Been taking his vitamins and all that. Versus the Owls that Drake present.
Do and think of. And really with Drake just taking a successful and interesting concept from another artist and just lifting it as his own, if anything, what Drake is showing is that he should not be respected in hip-hop anymore, because this is just not what rappers do. And with someone like Kendrick Lamar, whose every idea is so clearly original and authentic to himself, I mean, this just goes against how every other great rapper, and even the ones who make these big popular songs, has ever worked. And really what Drake is proving here is that he shouldn't even be in conversations with rappers anymore, and really, what he wants to be more like than the biggest rappers are the biggest pop stars right now, because when it comes to what all of the big artists do in that lane, with every single one of those major singers, no matter who you want to look at, this entire industry and star power of the biggest names in it has been continued and pushed by this exact practice that we are seeing with Drake here, because these major artists who keep having these massive songs for so long, I mean, if it wasn't obvious, they have teams that are designing these tracks to be the biggest things they possibly can, or they just find good ideas from smaller artists and end up taking them to create something that sounds fresh and creative that they can put their name on. And I mean, this is exactly what Drake is.
Most up and coming artists, when they passing out their demo tapes or they CDs and all of that, executives and people that are high in the music industry, they take those. They don't just throw them in the trash. They ain't gonna give that artist, that up and coming artist, they not gonna give him a call back. They gonna go through them songs. Oh, this is a good idea. Might not have the same beat on it. Might not have the same exact cadence, but they're going to go through them songs and copy them and put them all into this one artist. This is what they do. They've been doing this. This is why, what was it? It was a song back in the day. Biggie had got it from, it was a guy from Memphis. I forgot his name. I think his name was Biggie or something like that. It was something Biggie had to, but I believe the song was presented to Biggie from somebody, because we know Biggie, he actually wrote, but I think probably P. Diddy or somebody of some sort probably got this song, gave it to Biggie like, yo, sing this. I just wrote this, not knowing that he got it from the guy from Memphis. I forgot. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
Is done with this Nokia song. And with this, if Drake just wanted to stay in this lane and claim his title of being a pop star, not a rapper, for what he's doing here, that would be fine. But to try and use this lifted song from another guy as your comeback statement and claim that you are the top rapper, which is what we are seeing happen right now. And again, he can't do no wrong in his fans' eyes, so they are just pushing this more and more. This is just laughable and ridiculous, and again, only proves what Kendrick Lamar is saying to look more true than it ever has been. Because Drake, of course, just did not even try to lift up the formula and methods that rappers use to create genuinely good music, and instead is using methods that only—
This shit right here. Juicy came from somebody. Yeah, Juicy came from Notorious B1. Yeah, I think his name Notorious B1 or something like that. But yeah, Juicy came from somebody. You know it very well. Who you? It came from somebody from Memphis. I think he was from Memphis or something like that. But I believe Puff Daddy or somebody, one of them corny ninjas, probably took the mixtape and gave it to Biggie like, yo, rap this. Dude ain't gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how it goes. But I think that, matter of fact, I know Biggie wrote his rhymes. This ain't nothing. Biggie ain't nothing like Drake. I ain't making that comparison. I'm just letting you know how it goes in the music industry. When these guys out there shopping they mixtape or whatever, they take some of them songs. Some of them songs be fire. For real.
Singers would ever use, and really with this has just proved that he is more like Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter than he will ever be to Kendrick Lamar, and just proving how inauthentic Nokia was for Drake. What's honestly interesting about this, and I think just exposes how little Drake was involved with the creative process of this record, and why it feels both unlike anything else on this album, and even why it has taken him so long to actually support the song, is because first off for Drake, he clearly just did this song and took it for whatever reason, but did not even see its full potential or understand what the record could be, because both in terms of the track listing and how they pushed this record, he would have put this thing much earlier in the track list to catch people's attention if he knew that what he was doing was going to be as big of a song when it dropped. And also, as Drake did not put any support into getting this record to radio and streaming and push songs like Gimme a Hug instead, this also showcased how Drake just didn't even understand what this record could be whatsoever, and even more telling about how disconnected Drake has been from this song, that he lifted from somebody else, and really when we look at all of this, got lucky unlucky with, because it's now really helping him more than anything else has, is that even with the song's music video, it all makes sense now because Drake fundamentally missed the point and vibe of why this song is actually getting traction in the first place, and instead twisted the message and used this song that this other artist made to continue his beef with Kendrick and to try and send all of these weird disses to Kendrick Lamar, which only made both the video feel off and made him look more ridiculous in this moment entirely. And again, from Drake ripping this song, and now from the way that he has not even understood what this record could be really until now, what this is telling us is that even in this era where Drake's hip-hop card has been questioned more than it ever has, that he can't even pretend to be a rapper, and if anything, he is more of a pop star than ever right now. And whether he will admit it or not, more than just the titles of what type of artist he wants to be, what all of this is really revealing, and what I'm sure Drake doesn't want us all to know, is that he has not gotten better artistically since the beef whatsoever, and because this song is not from him, it is not the comeback he needed whatsoever, because really, with this record being a lucky guess that has ended up to work out well for him, both from the fact that he didn't even see its full potential until people responded to it, to also just knowing now that it's not from him and it's another artist's original idea. I mean, no matter how much people like this song or want to see more,
yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. We gotta move on to this detox, man. We gotta move on to this detox. I gotta react to this detox. Hey, look, man. Y'all wanna see why we go so hard for Kendrick? Pause. Y'all wanna see why? Stay tuned for the next video. Listen, when I say stay tuned for the next video, stay tuned for the next video. You're gonna see why we go so dumb. You're gonna see why. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Is Drake paying a homage to Elkin? Or is that stolen or is it not? Are we finished or are we done? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.